Hello, this is Bonda Downs, and welcome to our real estate webinar today. And very excited to have just a great group of people together that we're really talking about some very important things in helping you to build your business. I have some special guests who will also be speaking with you as we go through the webinar. We have Bobbi Rossi from Florida. We're very excited to hear from her, as well as Dave Moore. We also have campaigns that we're going to be showing you today in the webinar that will be free to all of you guys just for attending today, and I will be explaining at the end of the call exactly how to get those. So in starting out, let me just give you a quick overview of what we're going to be doing and covering in the webinar. We're going to be talking about building relationships with your clients. And building relationships is really the most important thing we can do in our business, and really what people want to know when they are thinking about doing business with you. They want to know you. They want to like you. They want to trust you. They want to know that you have their best interest at heart. And how do you really express that? What are ways that you can continually be expressing that and staying in touch so that you're able to increase your repeat business and referral business? That's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be sharing with you 3 parts to the webinar that will help you to be able to do just these things. First of all, we're going to talk about positive emotional deposits into your relationship. Secondly, we're going to be showing you ways to stay in touch automatically and effortlessly. And then thirdly, we're also going to be showing you how to do some target marketing with the campaigns that we're going to share with you. So first of all, starting with the first part, positive emotional deposits. What does that mean? I'm going to give you an example. And please go ahead and *6 your line if you have some background noise or have some computer feedback going on. But I'm going to give you an example, and I think this is going to help you to understand what I mean by positive emotional deposits. Years ago, my husband and I we did a marriage study group with a group of other married couples. You may have heard of Joe Bean. He's really has some great material that he offers in marriage. And one of the things that he teaches is that we all have a love bank. Now, we're not going to be talking about marriage in the call today, but I want you to think about this example that when we talk about your love bank in your marriage, well, we're going to talk about emotional bank that every single one of us has. And, in the love bank, you're either making deposits or you are taking withdrawals. And so the little things that you do day to day are either putting positive emotional deposits into your clients or withdrawals. You can communicate in such a way, whether it be a phone conversation, a mail piece, a card, advertising, social media. You can communicate in such a way to make a positive deposit, or you can communicate in such a way as to withdraw. And obviously, we all want to know how to be communicating in a positive way. Each time you communicate, it really is one or the other, positive or negative. There are some neutral communication as well, but the more that you can be depositing those positive emotions with your relationship with your client, the better. So let's start off by talking about the 3 steps of the marketing cycle. So there are 3 steps, and the first one is getting attention. Getting attention is meeting this person either at a networking event or getting a referral, meeting someone at an open house. It could be advertising. Any way that you get attention, someone meets you, someone learns about you. Now, this first step can sometimes be quite expensive, especially the advertising piece. But it is very important that you first meet and get the attention of your prospect. The second step is called positioning, which we like to call relationships. This is the time that they've met you, they know who you are now, and now the relationship building starts to happen. This can be something that happens within seconds of meeting someone. You've probably all been in a situation where you, within seconds or minutes, have a rapport that's built instantly, and just it just clicks and you feel it, right? That can happen within seconds or even minutes of getting in touch with someone or meeting someone for the first time. Some people are better at that first impression than others. We're going to talk about really what kind of attitude you need to have be really good at that. Also, this can take years. You know, it can be anywhere from as short as seconds to as long as years. But how do you stay in touch and continue building that relationship over the months or years to then finally get that third step, which is selling? So the third step is selling, and really without that, you know, none of us would be making money, right? So that's a very important step of the three-step cycle. Now, let me just get you to think for a moment, though, about that second step. The better you become at building relationships, the less of step one you have to do, the less money you have to put into step one. Because the better you become at building relationships, then the more you get the repeat business and the referral business. Also, the better you become at step two, the easier step three becomes. Right? The better someone feels about you, they feel that you care about them, they trust you, then the easier it is to sign that contract with you, you know, to hand over the credit card. So when you have that second step and you're doing a great job with that, you really start getting your business into a great momentum. So we're going to talk about how that happens. You're really taking, that positioning is about taking someone from being a prospect to being an advocate. And so when this happens, you're building strong relationships and staying in touch with that positive interaction, and then you receive new business and referrals, and then that person goes from being that prospect to becoming a loyal advocate. And when you see this cycle continually happening in your business, that's when the magic happens. That's when our business grows. And really, you can apply this to any type of business. We're going to be showing you specific examples today on how you can do this in your real estate business or your mortgage business. So just a couple of examples. If you're in real estate or the mortgage industry, you've probably heard of Brian Buffini. I love this quote because it really kind of wraps up exactly what I'm saying. In real estate as well as other service industries, relationships are the cornerstone of a successful business. The methods employed to generate leads, however, are often non-relational. Think about it. Cold calling, door knocking, direct mail, advertising. That's not building relationships, and sometimes you can put all your time and effort and money into those things. He says building relationships is the number one way to increase business. Brian also recommends that you send out 50 thank you cards a month, just simply expressing gratitude. And when you do that, there is a universal law that says that when you send out to give, you will receive. And we're going to be talking a lot about that in the call today. Also, you've probably heard of Tom Hopkins. He started his real estate career when he was 21 years old. He is now an international sales trainer. Many of you have probably heard him or been to some of his seminars. And he also really keys in on the power of the handwritten note card. He started his real estate business at age 21, quite young, but he would write 10 cards a day thanking people. Just, it was nice to meet you, thanks for the referral, thanks for your time on the phone. And he did that for years and became extremely successful. Within 6 to 7 years was completely referral business and selling 365 homes a year. So amazing success story. But we're going to key in on building the relationship, expressing gratitude, putting those positive emotional deposits into your relationships that will help you to grow your business at an incredible rate. So we're going to go over to an example of what we're talking about here. We're going to be showing you a system that we use. We're going to be showing you a system that we use to do the things that we're talking about on the call today. And you can take these ideas and implement your own system. However, without a system in place to make these things easy to do, what often happens is they don't get done, and we all can attest to that. There are goals that I had in my own business for years to send out personal, heartfelt appreciation and thank you cards. And until I got a system in place that made it easy and saved me time, I would fall short of my goal. I'm going to show you a way that you can do these things and be very successful. You're going to be pretty excited about it. So first of all, the first part here of the call, the positive emotional deposits, what do I mean by that? We just talked about thank you cards. It was nice to meet you. Thank you for your time. Sending out personal appreciation. Also, another example is congratulating and celebrating the great things that happen in your client's life. I love using Facebook. Most likely on the call here, you probably use Facebook. And hopefully you're connecting with your clients and friends and family and prospects there. One of the things that people will tell you, they will tell you about the incredible things happening in their life. And when they do that, I'll take advantage of those moments. I'll have a prompting to reach out and celebrate that special moment with them. For example, one of our clients had his first grandbaby. And, of course, put pictures on Facebook. You can simply right-click and save the pictures, and you can then use those in a personal card that you could send. And this is an example. So this is his new little grandbaby, such an adorable picture, with his name. And this is super easy. This was just a template in the system that I'm going to show you. And I just uploaded the picture and dragged it over into this spot. It's super easy, takes you seconds to do. And then on the inside of the card, I put a picture of my friend, our client's daughter, with her first son, and our client, Sandy, and her husband, Preston, and wrote this congratulation card to Preston and Sandy. And it was fun to do. It literally took me 2 minutes. And, of course, I get a personal message back from Preston after receiving the card saying, thank you so much for that card. We absolutely loved it. In fact, I carry it with me everywhere I go, right? And, of course, he carries it with him everywhere he goes because he wants to show everybody his grandbaby, right? So that's an example of making those positive emotional deposits, celebrating with people when they have great things happening, or maybe they get married or they get a promotion at work. So look for those things and take moments to acknowledge those. Also, right now, of course, being November 30th, this is a perfect time to reach out and put a positive deposit into your relationship with a holiday card or a Christmas card. We have an excellent way to do that. I'm going to go over into the system and just show you a couple of examples. And you can send out a card. You can make it personal, put a family picture on it, and put from your family to theirs on the front of the card. And you can do something, like this. And it just say, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas. And then it can be a 2-panel card or a 3-panel card. On the inside, again, you can personalize it just a little bit. It's time to jump for joy for the holidays. This is our youngest daughter jumping. And then a note. I write my own personal note in the card. And you also, if you act quickly, you need to do this quickly. You can use one of our fonts that's in there for your holiday card right now. If you print out a handwriting font, they're only $25. You can fill in your handwriting and your signatures, mail it back to the company, and they will put your own handwriting in the system so that every time you write a card, it will be in your handwriting with your signature. So, again, if you don't get that done for your Christmas mailing, you can do that for the next one. Please *6 if you have any background noise going on. *6 will mute your line. Thank you so much. So this is an example of a holiday card. Now, what's really cool about this is that this system is you can create the card, you upload your list of contacts, and you just click Send Campaign to Client Group, click, and it's mailed out to every single one of your clients, addressed to each person by name in your handwriting with your signature. So you could literally send out hundreds of cards with one click, and they all be signed by you. So really personal and the pictures, of course, just make it a great positive connection. So I'm going to introduce someone who's been using SendOutCards for over 5 years. You guys probably have heard of Rossi Speaks. Jerry Rossi is someone who is the president of Rossi Speaks since 1986. Please star 6 and mute your phone if you're talking. Star 6 and mute your phone, please. The Rossis have been, since 1986, speaking across the world. In fact, Rossi calls himself an edutainer. I love that. He speaks all over the world. He's been speaking to real estate groups, and you've probably heard his name, probably even heard him speak. They currently live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and he's married to Bobbi Rossi, who's on the call with us today. Bobbi would like to share with you how they have been using SendOutCards and how this helps them in their business. So thanks so much for joining us, Bobbi.
Well, you're welcome. Can you hear me? I'm not sure I unmuted properly.
I can hear you. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Yes, we were introduced to SendOutCards. It was definitely over 5 years ago, and it's simplified everything that we do. Rossi is a huge proponent of handwritten cards. And so when we found this, we were thrilled because we could put his own handwriting in there. He comes back from seminars with hundreds of people and hands me business cards and says, with notes on each one, I want to send this person a thank you note, and he'll mention something personally that they did. On top of that, he'll come back with pictures. So we create our own cards with their personal picture and send personal cards. It's just been fabulous.
Great, and we are actually going to pull up one of your cards that you've created.
Okay.
And would you like to tell a story behind this card?
Yes, this man is our client who brought us to Hawaii, and he's the head of an association there. And this was at dinner, and I was across the table and thought this was such a cute picture. I took the picture, and as you can see, we specialized a message on, or put a personal message on the front of it, and then created a 2-panel card, and on the inside wrote, in Rossi's handwriting, created a note to him. And people are just blown away, and every person in his group received a card similar to that.
Wonderful. Wow, great. And I like how this is a great tip. See how they put their name and contact information on the other panel of the card. It's not screaming advertising. It's just there so that they know how to contact them, but the whole heart of the card is personal. You know, the picture at dinner, of course that person's going to remember the good time they had with you, and of course the personal note. Now, Bobbi sent this over with me, which is why you don't see Rossi's signature at the bottom, because when you share it with someone else, I don't have his signature. So, but his signature would be at the bottom of the card that's in their system. So thank you so much, Bobbi. And so the results that you guys get are very positive from your clients.
And they are, and on top of that, it makes my job easier in that I don't have to go out and buy cards and postage and sit down and get writer's cramp. And I don't have to, like, go print a picture and stick it on. I mean, it's all right there. And like you said, it's done within minutes.
I love it. Yes, absolutely. It does really help you to save so much time. If you try to do that manually, to be taking hours of time. And now one of the things that I have found as well is that, you know, you've mentioned Rossi is a big proponent of handwritten cards. And occasionally, not very often, somebody may go, oh, well, I think I actually have to write it with my own hand and pen. But after using the system for 5 years, I've been using it for 7, I'm sure you feel the same way, that you get such a positive response, even a more positive response, because you also add the picture. And so it makes it even more personal than just a generic card that you wrote in.
It definitely does. Plus you get different colors of so-called ink to choose from, you know, so you're not using just black. You can use many colors, and that makes it look more personal.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much for sharing how you guys have been using it for the last 5 years, and we're just very thankful to have you on the call.
Thank you.
Now, our second part of the call that we're going to talk about, so the first part is really making those positive emotional deposits, as Bobbi was saying, with that personal thank you, putting the picture on, of course, the, celebrating. Also, even on Facebook, I didn't mention, but, many times you'll hear about a loss, or maybe someone lost a loved one, and sending just a heartfelt card, letting them know that you're thinking about them and praying for them. That's also another thing to really do, just to let that person know that you care. Our second part, though, of the call, we're going to switch gears a little bit. It still is about making positive deposits into your relationships, but this second piece is about staying in touch. Certainly by making the deposits, the prompting cards that we just discussed, but this second piece of staying in touch, you also want to make some things automatic, because, again, if you don't make them automatic, you end up not doing them. And so the second piece in staying in touch, we're going to talk about first idea, birthday campaign and anniversary campaigns. As I mentioned earlier in the Christmas or holiday card, you can put that into a campaign and then just send it to your whole group. Now, you can also do the same thing with a birthday card. So I'm going to actually pull up a card so that you can take a look of an example of another client. This is a very successful realtor out of Arvada, Colorado, Joe DeVito. He's one of our clients that's been using SendOutCards for over 5 years as well. And Joe is probably one of the best people that I've seen in remembering birthdays. And, a birthday is really one of the most special days of the year. For you, right? That's a very special day, and it means a lot when people acknowledge it and celebrate it with you. Well, Joe sends everyone in our family and in his clients, prospects, friends, a birthday card. So not just my husband and I, but each of our 3 kids receives a birthday card from Joe DeVito and a phone call. Now, a lot of times it's just a voicemail. Sometimes it catches me, and sometimes it's a voicemail. But he will leave a voicemail saying happy birthday, and it's to the person having the birthday in our family. And it means a lot, not just that he remembers my birthday, but that he remembers our children's birthday as well. And so you can put this on a campaign. Joe sends out hundreds of birthday cards a month. And so he created this card. It's again, the picture makes it so personal that this is Joe, his daughter, and 2 of his teammates. And then on the inside of the card, just puts in a happy birthday message with their names. And he sends that out by clicking a button. In the middle of the month, you can just say, start this campaign for next month, and it will automatically send out that birthday card 7 days before your client's birthday, just by choosing this campaign, this birthday campaign. So you literally, right now we're going right into December, you could set up a birthday campaign for 2013 and just set it up and forget it until December of 2013, and it will send out a birthday card 7 days before your client's birthday as you go through the year. So very simple to do, and it helps you to remember everyone's birthday. Also, you'll get an email the week before the person's birthday is happening. So if you want to make that voicemail call, quick call to say happy birthday, it will send you an email so that you can make that list and make those calls each day. Or you can just let the card do the happy birthday message. Now, just a quick little story about, when you're doing the things that we're talking about on the call, it really does elevate your relationship. I have kind of a funny story. Our oldest son is 20 years old, and when he was 17, he had been receiving birthday cards from Joe DeVito probably since he was 13. And when he was 17, he was opening up his Christmas cards or sitting in the living room, or not Christmas, his birthday cards, sitting in the living room, opening up his gifts, and at the end of doing all that, we were all, he was picking up his stuff, and I said, hey, would you mind if I kept your card from Joe DeVito? And he kind of looked at me funny and said, well, sure, why? And I said, well, he's one of our clients that uses SendOutCards, and I like to show this as an example to help other realtors. And he looked at me and said, this is one of your clients? I just thought this was some uncle. So he thought this was an uncle because he also remembers your birthday, right? So it elevates a realtor, instead of advertising, it becomes someone who's an uncle, has a relationship with you. And so, my son is going to remember Joe DeVito, the realtor, forever, because he remembers that special day. You can also do the same thing with the wedding anniversary of your client or their home anniversary. As a real estate or mortgage professional, remembering the anniversary of their home really makes you unique and helps you to celebrate that special day with them every year. And again, you can set that up at the beginning of the year, have it be an automatic campaign to wish them a happy home anniversary. Another way to stay in touch, after closing, we know that surveys show that people move every 5 to 7 years. So if you're not staying in touch with them during that 5 to 7 years, then they will forget your name by the time they're ready to make another real estate purchase. And so it's very important to stay in touch. And again, if you can automate it, you know that you've got the job done. Well, I'm going to show you a way that you could start this right at closing, and it will send a card every month. And we have 7 years of cards to send out. You start it, and we have them in 2-year increments. So you can start them and set it automatically every 2 years. You may know of Dave Beeson, another speaker in our real estate profession. You may have heard him at some of the different seminars. And he has written letters for just about anything that you could imagine. And he has a 7-year follow-up plan. And so this is geared towards right after closing. So for instance, I'm going to click on the first 2-year campaign. And you can, when we share these with you, of course you would edit the return address and name. And then this is actually the first 24 cards to this campaign, you'll notice. And the first card that goes out is going to be congratulations on your new home. So as soon as you have the closing, you go in, add the person's name and address, start them on the 2-year after closing cards. And it will automatically mail a card a month for 2 years. Automatically staying in touch with the click of a button. Pretty amazing. After the first card goes out, it'll automatically send out the second card 1 month later, then the third card, the fourth card, and so on. On month 12 and on month 24, it will automatically send out an anniversary card. So this is a great way to stay in touch automatically in a very, very inexpensive way. We'll talk to you about pricing here in just a minute. So those are a couple of ideas on staying in touch on a regular basis. We're going to go to the third part of the call, which is target marketing. And to really help us with that, I'm going to introduce David Moore. He is a very successful realtor in the Colorado Springs area. He is also a partner, as Bobbi, I forgot to mention that. He is also a partner with SendOutCards, and Dave Moore is a certified trainer with SendOutCards as well. He's been effectively using SendOutCards in his business for over 5 years now. So Dave is going to just share with you some of the tips and some of the ways that he uses SendOutCards in his target market. So thanks for joining us, Dave.
Hi, Vonda. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay. Maureen and I are both here, and I'm going to assume you're going to drive, and I'm going to talk.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's. I love the 7-year follow-up campaign. That's kind of a staying in touch for life campaign that Beeson does. All the words are in it, and if it seems overwhelming to you because you're not somebody that wants to every month, you can go in and you can take out some cards, pick the ones you want, and you can actually customize your campaign. Some people like every other month. Some people like once a quarter, so they get 4 touches a year. So they're very customizable, and just make sure that you always do the anniversary on the 12th, the 24th, the 36th, and on and on and on. So anyway, those are really great tools. Let's start with let's do the expired listings, because that's kind of a campaign. I think we had 2 of them, but the one I'm talking about is probably the Beeson one, because it's all written as well.
Okay, right here, Dave Beeson expired campaign.
And we have two of these, if I'm not mistaken. This particular one has, is it 12?
It's a 9-card campaign, or 10-card, I'm sorry.
10-card campaign. There's also a 12-card card that we can make available, but it's basically a campaign that if you follow expired listings, if you track those, if that happens to be a target that you do, you can start this campaign the day you see it. The really nice part about this, it presets it. You can put the person's first name in, make it very personal. You can put your signatures in. You can modify these any way you want to. And if after 4 or 5 days the person responds to you and wants to talk to you to list the house for them, you can stop the rest of the campaign. You can just go in your future cards. You can stop the rest of the campaign, and you can send them a thank you card for them calling or for you going out meeting. So it's very, very interactive, and it's very automatic. So this is a system. We didn't touch on. We're going to do the NED foreclosure campaign next. But one thing that you can do, and we don't have them here. I could send these out to you if you want to. Just listed. A lot of times you can send a postcard or you can send a card out to the neighborhood, the old 5x5 where you go around the house for just listed, and you can put the person's house on it. Let them know that you're looking for people to buy it. So same thing if when you sold a house, you can make a 1-card campaign and send it out to the people around it. Same people that you sent when you did the just listed, you can send just sold. They may have friends that are looking to buy in the neighborhood. They may be listing. So anyway, those are good ones. Now, I notice we have people from all over the place, all over different states, and not everybody has the same foreclosure process. We call it a notice of election and demand out here because we're a public trustee state. We get the notices daily of people that are getting their houses that have the election and demand. You can go through that list, select it, and do you have I'm looking for it. I think it says NED.
I have a 1, 2, and a 3.
Oh, do the 5 card. Yeah, that one you're on right now. NED card. Yeah, I have a postcard version of this too. These are cards, and go ahead and open the immediate one. These are cards that I use. I'll go through the notice of election and demand. I'll see the people I send it to. I don't send it to everybody. I'll either go certain areas I want to work with, or I can look at price points and stuff like that. I send the first card out and go into the inside. And this will just simply introduce you, let you know who it is. Of course, if you want to send it out with my name, that's okay, but you can personalize this one. Again, this is a shared campaign, so my signature doesn't come out on this one. But you can actually get your real signature in it, and when we share it, it takes my signature because Vonda doesn't have the font. So this is something that I do it every 5 days. I don't want it to be there every day on every Monday or whatever, but it goes out, and it goes out about every 5 days. Again, if they call me or they say, hey, we decided we're not going to sell it, or we're going to do something else or whatever, I can stop the future cards. I can go in and delete the future cards so I don't bug them, and it doesn't send anything else. Otherwise, it'll send out these 5 cards, and it'll send them out on 5-day intervals. So you can see immediate 5-day, 10-day, 15, 20. You can set those up for whatever you feel comfortable with. If you feel that you put out every 3 days, redo when you do this, you set up your campaign and you edit it and you change it to every 3 days, 6, 9, 12. It just depends on your intention. So it's a very, very good way to work a market, either for the just listed. You can do those. We can create those campaigns. So they're very, very effective. Let's see. I think
have a question for you, Dave. So after they've been receiving several cards in this case, do you phone call them as well, or are you just letting the cards do the work?
I do both. Sometimes sometimes you don't have the phone numbers because they're unlisted. You're just going to have to let the cards do the work. So if you let the card work for you, it will. They'll call you in many cases. But if you have their phone number, about the time the second card's going to hit, you might want to give them a call. Just see with it, leave them a message, whatever. They know who now they're going to relate to you.
Great, wonderful. And was that the end, or did you have anything else to share there, Dave?
No, those were the campaigns. I definitely love the 7-year campaign. Again, customize it for the way you want to. You can target market these other ones for almost any type of market you're looking for.
Awesome. And as Dave mentioned, customizing the campaigns, we give you the content of the campaigns that we're sharing with you today for free. If you decide to get an account, we will send them right over into your account for free. So as Dave mentioned, sometimes you may not know exactly what to say. So this will give you a place to start. You can then edit the words if you want. You can add your own signature and your own handwriting. And I'm just going to show you an example. Dave mentioned the expired campaign that we showed you a moment ago. And so one of our realtors that uses this campaign, he went in and he took the idea that we shared with him, and then he personalized it. So you can do as much personalization as you would like. And these are different cards that he made. Again, it's an expired campaign, and he has a 14-card campaign that he does here. And inside the card, each of the cards, he customized it, personalized it a little bit. Again, in his system, it'd be his handwriting and signature. And then he put an image here, which is on his business card, and his contact information. So you can personalize each one just a little bit, and it really, put a headshot or a business card or at least your contact information inside the card. So that's an example of someone who took the campaign and personalized it for themselves. So thanks so much, Dave. Great tips. Love it. And again, it goes back to the beginning of the call, talking about really having their best interests in mind. Even as Dave is targeting the foreclosures or short sales or expireds, he's sending out cards of just basically talking with them about their situation and how he would be able to assist them. If they need his help, please give him a call. It's all about offering your help, giving, sending out to give, and having that kind of attitude, really tweaking it from even just an advertising piece to more of a heartfelt card. And that's what makes this kind of communication so powerful. So all the campaigns that we've shown you today, I'm going to show you how you would be able to get these campaigns. Before doing that, let me show you how you can get an account yourself. Many of you on the call already have SendOutCards accounts. I'm just going to show you how to go and get these campaigns for free and put them into your account. Those of you who are on the call who are maybe checking this all out and seeing if you'd like to use it, I'm going to show you how you can get an account of your own. Now, what's wonderful about SendOutCards is that you can get started with us as a customer. There is no upfront cost to be a customer. You just pay for your cards as you go. So it's incredibly affordable. You're not going to find a better price anywhere on sending out cards. Also, you could choose to partner with us, as the Rossis have done and Dave has done and many of you on the call have done. You can partner with us because if you use a system and it's phenomenal and you love it and it works, you are going to share it with other people. You're going to share it with your other friend who's a realtor. You're going to share it with your neighbor who is a lawyer, or you're going to share it with people because it's such a great system, or maybe your sister who's just going to send out Christmas cards. So you can partner with us and we'll actually pay you a percentage of all the cards and gifts that those people send out, anyone that you refer to the system. So I'll explain how both options work, and you can simply make a decision on which way you want to get started. So if you're getting started as a customer, you can decide to start on a $9.80 subscription or a $31 subscription. And here's how the subscription works. This is not a fee. This $9.80 is just saying that I'm getting this much credit to be able to send out cards and gifts. We didn't talk a lot about the gifts today, which the gifts are a huge part of the system. In fact, sending a closing gift, we have everything from a box of brownies to a gift basket to gift cards from Starbucks or things like that. So you could send out a card, include a gift with it at the click of a button. You also can put the picture of the family in front of their new home. I recommend that you take a picture of them in front of their new home, put it on the front of the card, and send it as a congratulations card. And then one other tip with that is ask them then, another closing gift could be that you would send 50 cards to their best friends. All you need is those contacts, and that you could upload them into your SendOutCards account and then create the card and send it out to all their best friends. Guess what that does? It gives you now 50 of their best friends. So all their closest relationships know that you're the realtor that worked with them and that they're happy with the service they received from you. So another great tip, and include a box of brownies or a gift with that. And one of our realtors also does that. The follow-up after closing puts a box of brownies with the first card and a box of brownies with the 6-month card, and then a box of brownies with the 12-month card. You can set that to be automatic. So as Dave mentioned how you can customize those, you can customize those by adding gifts at appropriate times as well. Also, in sending a thank you for the referral, you can put in a little Starbucks gift card. A lot of you do that anyway, but you have to go buy the card at the store. Then you got to go to Starbucks and buy some cards, and then you've got to stuff it, stamp it right in it. With our system, you can just type the card, choose the Starbucks card, click send, and we mail it out for you. So back to the accounts here, $9.80 gives you points. Those points are credits to be able to use for cards or gifts. You get your points on this subscription for 49 cents each. So $9.80 actually purchases you 20 49-cent points. Those points you can use any way you'd like, and here's how it breaks down. A postcard, when you send a postcard, is 1 point. When you send a 2-panel card, it's 2 points. A 3-panel card is 3 points. So it's a point per panel, and you can customize each of those panels however you'd like. When you customize, it adds a point to your card. So you can use any of our stock cards and do a 2-panel card, and it's just 2 points, like the ones that Dave was showing you in his foreclosure campaign. Those are just stock cards with his handwriting and signature. The handwriting and signature doesn't count as customizing. But if you want to put in images and make it more personal, which is a great idea, it just adds 1 point to the cost of the card. You can customize it then as much as you want. It's not a point per picture. It's a point, and you can add as many as you want. So a 49-cent point, a regular 2-panel card, that means 98 cents for your high-quality, high-premium paper card that goes out with the click of a button in your writing with your signature. 98 cents plus your stamp. You add the cost of your stamp to that. That is the best price I've seen anywhere for personal cards. But we're going to give you a better price. To be a preferred customer, all you need to do is put yourself on a $31 subscription. That gives you $31 of credit, and you're purchasing your points at 31 cents. So $31 gives you 100 31-cent points. So that's breaking the cost down of a card to 62 cents. That's a 35% discount. And because you're using your points as credit, then that means all the cards, postcards, and gifts that you send out with the system are all 35% less than if you had a retail account. So obviously, if you're in business, this is definitely the best value. Now, the neat thing about the subscriptions is that there's no contract. Everybody on this call can get started and try it for a month. Try it for 2. Try it for 6 months. Try it as long, month to month, as you would like. At that any time you decide you don't want to continue with the account, all you do is take yourself off the subscription. And you don't lose anything you had banked up until that point, and you don't lose your account. You can still use it. You're just not on the monthly subscription anymore. So if you add points and you're not on a monthly subscription, however, you do pay 99 cents a point. So there's a real value in being on a subscription and using your points as you go. The second piece is that your points bank and roll month to month if you don't use them all one month, which is great because maybe one month, maybe you didn't get your cards out, maybe you're busy with other things, and the next month it'll roll, and so that way you would have $62 to be able to spend in cards and gifts. You can bank and roll them for your quarterly mailings or for your holidays. If you implement the ideas that we gave you on the call today, of course you won't have any trouble using your $31 a month, and you can make that even $62 a month if you want. You can make your monthly subscription whatever you want it to be just for convenience to be able to send out the campaigns that you want to use. And then to be a partner with SendOutCards, you simply purchase a marketing distributor package. It's a one-time $395, and then that gives you a lot of things. That $395 actually gives you your first 100 points loaded into your system, and it gives you several websites so that you have your own website where someone asks you, wow, how are you sending out those foreclosure campaigns? Or how are you sending out birthday cards and staying in touch with your clients? And you can just simply say, here, go to this URL, and when they go there and watch a short video that explains what we do, and they get started on any of these accounts, you'll then make a percentage up to 30% on all the cards and gifts that they send out forever. That can very easily pay for all of the cards and gifts that you send out. With getting 3 preferred customers started, SendOutCards will also then give you an additional 100 points for free every month, month after month after month. So you'll be getting your 100 points a month, and then you'll be getting 100 points for free just by introducing us to 3 other people that may want to get started on that $31 account. That pays for your extra 100 points to use for your own business. So the $395 has a lot of value to it because it is a lifetime account. You can introduce it to as many people as you want, and you can have that pay for your system, or of course you could have it be paying you more than what you're actually spending on your own marketing, and then build that into a side income stream. If you're going to be using the system anyway, being an affiliate and a partner with the company is really a great option for any business professional. We have training that you can plug into. I do a training every Monday at noon that you can plug into so that you get tips on how to introduce it to people. You also could invite people to our webinars, which we're doing today, and anybody who gets started, who you invited to the call, ends up being residual income for you on the cards and gifts that they mail out. Right now, being November 30th, there are millions of individuals and business people who are sending out greeting cards right now in the next 2 weeks. This is a huge opportunity in our business because they're going to be sending them. They're going to be buying them somewhere. They might as well get started with you. And with this account, that website that takes them to your website, your link, to introduce SendOutCards to them, that goes on the back of every card that you mail out as well. So every time you're sending out a card to build your business, you're also recommending this great referral system to the people that you're sending cards to. They go onto that site and get started, and it gives you that residual income on the cards and gifts that they are sending. So here's how you get started. The person that invited you to the call, they have a code that will help you get to the place where you want to get your account set up, whether you decide to do the $980 a month or the $31 a month, or you decide to partner with us. Either way, it will show you the option. The website is SendOutCards.biz. When you go there, I'll just give you a visual of how that looks, and then I'm going to tell you how to get the free campaign, so hold on one moment. Ask the person who invited you for their code, and they will give you that. It will be SendOutCards.biz/ and then their number. And it will take you right here where you can click on Join Now, and you will see the options that we just went over. And you can click exactly what you want and click Checkout, put in your name and address, and you are ready to start sending cards as soon as we finish the call. Very simple to do. Just email that person and get their code if you haven't received it already. Once you have your account set up, SendOutCards will give you a username and password. You will then go to SendOutCards.com, log into your account with your username and password, and then you will go into our system where we are going to be placing these campaigns. So I'm going to log in. This is how you get the campaigns for free that then you can use, edit, do whatever you'd like with them. So you'll go to, after your account is set up, you'll go to SendOutCards.com. You'll click Log In, and you will put in Downs Team. It's our last name, D-O-W-N-S, and then Team, T-E-A-M. It's not Downstream, which some people get that, or Downstream. They get that mixed up. It's Downs Team, and then the password is Downs Team, and log in. This is a system, this is a website that we put these campaigns in. There are no points or expense to use, as you can see, but you would go to cards and go to campaigns, and you will see additional campaigns that we are sharing with you for free. And the campaigns from the real estate will be added. You'll see these added. I'm going to do it immediately after the call, and I'm going to leave them there until midnight tonight. And so get your account set up, go in and share these with yourself anytime today by midnight. In fact, I will wait until tomorrow morning to take them back out of this free account. You also feel free to use any of the cards that we have in here. There are different cards that we use, and you can take a look at some of the things that we've done if you'd like. But when you want to share a campaign with yourself, like let's say this one's the Dave Moore foreclosure campaign that he showed you, the NED. That's what it'll say here. And then you just click Share. After you have your account set up, you're going to have your own username. It will be a number. You put that number in here, and you click Share Campaign, and it will put that campaign right into your SendOutCards account, absolutely free. So that's how you will get the campaign for free. Again, it'll take about 15 minutes, 10 minutes after the call, and you'll see those in there, and share each one of them individually with yourself. Do not edit anything that's in this account. Share it with yourself. Then go back into your SendOutCards account, and then you can edit each card as you wish. So we're going to actually wrap up. I'm going to go back to the chat and just see if there are any questions that came through while we were doing the webinar. And thank you so much for joining us. And if you do have a question, we'll open up the Q&A here in just a moment. We're going to stop the recording for now. Those who are listening to the recording, thanks for joining us.